This house, foreclosure, $31,000.
Ernie Underwood has hit the jackpot.
Yeah, I'm really excited. My wife will vouch for that. It's just awesome.
Most homeowners and property investors know from experience that Australia's property market has been merely treading water. But that hasn't stopped this down-to-earth Aussie from stirring up some much-needed optimism among investors.
That's my passion. It doesn't matter whether you're in a bust or a boom, even in a recession, people have got to put a roof over their head.
Ernie is an accomplished builder, building inspector and property investor. In the last decade, he's taken on more than 100 projects, many of them luxury homes.
Yeah, some people call me or say that I'm entrepreneur-ish. I'm a little embarrassed by that, but it's just thinking outside the square, basically.
It was that entrepreneur-ish philosophy that recently inspired Ernie to put his building tools aside and purchase a share in a local real estate company, connecting investors with opportunity.
Oh, I just liked his integrity. I could tell he was a very honest person, but probably the most important thing, how passionate he was about real estate and property.
But despite Mr. Underwood's success in Australia, he admits his passion for property is being ignited abroad. In 2004, his craving for a bargain resulted in an international love affair with real estate. He's been on that pursuit ever since, and now he believes he's finally found what he's been looking for, here in America.
Yeah, solid brick construction. It's very sound. It's in a great area. Renovation costs in the vicinity of between 10 and 15,000. So the numbers stack very well.
This property is in Birmingham, Alabama, but after 10 trips to America, 22 cities and 33 properties, Ernie's latest and most successful venture has landed him here in Seattle, Washington, where business is booming.
It's an amazing place. There's so many properties there with water views. It's sort of like 10 Sydney harbours all joined together.
It's considered one of the most economically sound and diverse cities in the United States. Home to Microsoft, Boeing, Amazon, Costco and Starbucks among others, Seattle boasts one of the strongest and most progressive economies in the country.
When you ask people in Seattle about the GFC, I did that twice recently and they looked at me funny.
It's one of only 2 major cities in the US to have experienced capital growth in the last 24 months.
Seattle's a very unique market. It's got a finite space between the ocean and the mountains. There's also a lot of industry and up-and-coming technologies in this, a lot of new entrepreneurship and a lot of large companies. So the employment base is very strong and the expansion is very limited. So that really enables you to hold the values here a lot better than you'll see in the rest of the market and the rest of the US.
Ernie's US-based partner is someone who knows firsthand how to make money in Seattle's thriving property market.
The money's made when you buy it, and you've got to be able to know how to get those inventories and the right people to communicate with and to touch base with to find those properties.
When it comes to fixing and flipping homes, Rock Harrison is considered a rock star in the home remodeling world.
I've seen properties that have been purchased at auction that clients have made over $1 million in a period of a month.
Rock is a former church minister who now walks the narrow road of the construction industry.
So we took this wall out and reconfigured this kitchen. They used to have cabinets all the way around here to open it up.
Practicing what he preaches, Rock has completed more than 300 home renovations for customers in just 5 years.
For me, I will stand behind and take care of that person and that client. And sometimes that's, you know, to the cost of me, but that is something that I feel very strongly about.
This comes as music to investors' ears.
Looking at Rock's work, after travelling extensively through the USA, the quality is just fantastic. It was extremely noticeable. He takes pride in his work.
Many of these properties are purchased through a foreclosure auction, and most are in a state of disrepair.
When we purchased the property, this is actually how it looked. There was this amount of trash in it. This is actually cleaned back. You couldn't even walk into the house. It was literally top to bottom with trash.
This is Rock's most recent undertaking. When the investor bought it, 6 inches of raw sewage was rotting in the basement.
He had bought it at the auction and hadn't seen it. He walked out to the property and literally got sick.
Weeks later, and the property sold the same day it was listed for $70,000 more than the asking price.
I walk into a house every day, I look at jobs, and I immediately see that house completed. That's just how I see the house.
Seeing dungers turned into dollars is Rock and Ernie's passion, as they prove that one person's trash can be another's treasure.
This is a property that we recently rehabbed for an investor. Purchase price was $110,000. The fix-up was $25,000. It's on the market currently for $219,000. One of the things that we recommend our investors do is stage a house. It helps to define the spaces. If you have small spaces that people aren't sure what they're going to do with, you can show how the space can be used. It also adds a lot of warmth to the house.
Thanks to Rock, Ernie's US property endeavours are finally paying healthy dividends. But he admits it's been a rocky road and has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars setting up shop.
I've been around and done full cycle, setting up US companies, bank accounts, CPAs, attorneys. It's a nightmare. Well, I mean, you get knocked down, you keep getting back up. I'm not going to give up. I can see the returns.
It's a long way from his office in Australia, but after 8 years of laying a foundation, Ernie believes he has well and truly paved the way for his investors to win with him.
The beauty of what we're putting together now is so simple. I would love for them to double their money. That would be awesome.
With the wheels well in motion in Seattle, back home Ernie is still doing what he loves, and for his customers, living the best of both worlds has never been easier.
Oh, he's been getting very good feedback. I think the other thing about Ernie is so down to earth that they can relate to him because he doesn't have all that huff and puff that a lot of real estate agents have.
If you help people and there's gratification, it's like, hey, these guys are cool, they've made me money, and I get a real buzz out of that. You know, you're putting an American family in a home, it feels good, there's no losers in this. And somebody's got to do it, so it may as well be me and my fellow investors.